Hi everyone, this is Miss Kristy from East Pennsylvania Library, and today I'm going to show you how to make a beautiful decoupage vase with some real easy to gather materials. So let me share a couple screens with you very quickly. First, we'll take a look at what our project's going to look like when it is completely done. And there we go. So this is what it's going to look like when it is completely done and finished. And you can put it on a table. You could give it for a gift if you want. You can do almost anything that you want with it. So let's take a look at what our supplies are going to be. You're going to need a glass vase. I got mine at Dollar Tree for $1. Real easy, real durable. Decorative napkins. And I got these at Dollar Tree also. Really easy. And some kind of napkins that have like a fall decoration on, or maybe something for Thanksgiving. White glue or Mod Podge. They have Mod Podge at the dollar store, but I prefer to add a little glue into it if I'm going to use that. And I already have some made up that I'm going to use up first before I make more today. And a paintbrush. All right, so let me just show you the first few steps, and then I'm going to go full screen and share with you the entire project. So the first thing you want to do is clean the outside of the vase and make sure it's completely dry. And then you're going to cut the paper napkins into various shapes and sizes. And I'll show you that in a minute. If you need to make the Mod Podge, you can do it by using the white glue, 3 parts white glue to 1 part water. So 3 tablespoons to white glue to 1 tablespoon water mixed up real good is enough to get you through the whole project. And then we'll finish up by getting our paintbrushes ready and getting our Mod Podge ready. So let me go ahead and get back to full screen. And I'm going to give you a couple instructions and explain to you how I sort of like to do this. First thing I do is I always get a white plate to cut my pieces onto. That way they're all together and I can see the color layout. So I take 1 color of each napkin, and you're going to learn something. The more videos you watch with me, I always think work smarter, not harder. So here's what I do. So that when they're all laid out together, you can kind of see how the colors go. I layer them before I cut them. But actually, I even do more than that. I go to the center and cut the napkin in half. And then I cut it in half again so that I just have a single sheet, because you need to have just a single sheet. So now I'm going to cut this in half again, right on the line. And I do that with each napkin so that I have 4 already done up, ready to go. And I'm going to show you what I do then. I take a single sheet of the gold, a single sheet of the orange. I have some already cut here. There we go. Single sheet of the gold, a single sheet of the orange, and a single sheet of the red. And I just put them on top of each other like this. And then I'm going to move this camera down just a little bit so you can actually see what I'm doing on the table. I just kind of start randomly cutting triangles and squares and any kind of shape that I want, because I can cut them a little bit less later, or I can cut more if I need to, but just very random. Some big pieces, some little pieces, because the nice thing about this kind of project is you can't really screw it up, because you can always cover it up with another layer or with a different color. So then I flip them all over so that they're all on the same side and spread them out a little bit so I can see all of the colors and see how it's very, very random. Now, a piece like these, because I was cutting quickly, I will trim that up before I use it, just so that it might go down a little bit nicer on the paper. But you want to make sure that you have them thin and that you only are using one side. Okay. So the next part is to take and make your Mod Podge if you need to. I've got some already made up right here. This is a very messy project. So I'm going to pull my apron up so that I don't make a mess. And I'm also going to put some gloves on. Actually, I don't usually use gloves. Today, I thought I'd show you so that you understand that it can get messy. So I'm going to put my gloves on. And the glue wipes right off your hands. I just don't want to get glue all over the computer while I'm taping. Sometimes it's easier if you don't have gloves on. All right, so you got your base. I prefer to work from the top down to the bottom in circles like this as I'm doing this, because then I can see how everything looks and how it's laid out. And it's real easy. All you're going to do is just dip your brush into your Mod Podge, get some of it off, and you're just going to paint the glue. Just one, you're going to go real slow, one piece at a time. So you only painted a little spot there. And you're going to take whatever color you want to put on here and place it on the glue. I'm going just a little bit over the top so that I can fold this down and make some nice top. And see how it sticks on there like that. Now you understand why I have the gloves on, because the glue gets all over. And then after you get that first piece placed, you're going to go and paint over the piece very lightly with your Mod Podge or your glue mixture to seal that piece up. Now, don't worry, this is all going to dry clear, just like this one. I did it exactly the same way and it all dried clear. So I'm going to get ready to put my next piece on. Don't worry if it's wrinkly. That's what makes decoupage decoupage. So I'm going to get my next piece on here. I'm going to go across, continue to go across the top, paint a little bit more glue. And this time I'm going to overlap them. And I think I'm going to try a red piece. I'm going to kind of overlap it just a little bit. See how I overlap that? Fold that down. Oh, there's some silver paint left on my gloves and I got that on my vase. Well, that'll make it shinier. And then you're going to do exactly the same thing. Just paint right over that next piece. I'm going to take care of the next piece, and I'm trying to make it a little colorful from the beginning. Paint my glue on the side of my vase. And I think I'll use this nice big orange piece this time, and I'm just going to overlap it. But if you notice when I overlap them, I'm covering up all of the glass on the vase. So I'm going to take that and fold it over. And go ahead and paint over it to seal it up. Just real gently. And don't worry if there's like pockets of glue laying there, that's all going to dry clear. And then I'm going to do a little bit of painting on the inside here to seal up the overlap. And sometimes I spread stuff out with my finger if I want to make it look different. Okay. Now I would normally go all the way around the top and then start the next layer. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back around so I can show you how to do your next row. So just kind of paint this up like that. And let's see, I think a gold piece would look nice right here. So I'm going to put that piece right there, overlap that just a little bit. Get my coating glue on the outside of it. And I'm going to move in and put a piece right here, because the main idea is you want to cover up all of that glass. And I think that I'm going to use a little bit of both here. I think I'm going to put an orange piece right here. And let me seal that up quick. Whoops, that's okay. I can fix that. That flipped up, but I can fix it real easy with another piece. So I'm going to seal that up. And I think I'm going to use this red one. And I'm going to overlap it over everything like that. See what I did there? And then I'm going to seal that up. And I'm going to just continue that process until the entire vase is covered. with overlapping pieces. One of the reasons I start from the top down is because I can hold it by the bottom, and then when I'm ready to get the bottom, the top's usually dry enough that I can put it in my hand like that and finish it up. So you get this beautiful mix of flowers on the outside, or flowers, oh my goodness, I'm thinking about spring already. You get this beautiful mix of the decoupage on the outside, and it all blends together. When you're finished, you'll have something that looks like this. Now, if you notice, mine have some decorative things on it then. Once I get all of the miscellaneous colors on the outside, I usually take it out and sit it in the sun to dry. I put it out in the sun, and once it's completely dry, it'll be shiny like this one is. I bring it in, and I take one of these napkins and very carefully just cut out a couple of the seams, and then I repeat the process, but only in the little area. And then I seal it up, and then I stick it out in the sun, and it all dries up, and I end up with a beautiful vase. I hope that you've enjoyed this, learning how to make the vase, and I hope that you share your projects with me. Let me show you how to do that, because we love to see your projects. Oh my goodness, let's see here. So if you would do the vase and you'd like to share your colorful vase with me, you can email that to kscrignoli@ccpa.net. Thanks for joining me today, and I hope to see you all again soon.